Yo, what's going on, everybody? Today, we're talking a few different things, and I hope everyone is doing well today because I'm doing quite well today. I have a very busy day today, and wanted to get a live stream in as quickly as I possibly could because of the very hectic day. But before we begin talking about virtualization and the cloud, I want to let you guys know that today's live stream is brought to you by IT Pro TV. If you guys don't know who IT Pro TV is, shame on you. No, just kidding. I talk about IT Pro TV all the time, like all the time. I love these guys. I just did that interview with Cherokee. I talked about that in the past couple live streams, really. I've been editing that video. I'll show you guys that real quick. Been editing that like nonstop for you can see that been working on that, trying to get that finished and out so that they can approve it, I can upload it, and you guys can check it out. Right now I think the runtime, let's see, runtime is about 28 minutes, 29 minutes, but I'm gonna chunk it up into some different pieces, so it'll be good. But anyway, IT Pro TV, they have courses on everything. I mean, literally like everything in IT, almost everything, I feel like. But everything CompTIA, Cisco, Microsoft, even like the EC Council stuff. They have some development stuff now. All of their content I absolutely love. They pride themselves on being edutainment. Like, that is one thing I want to say they coined that term. I don't know if they coined that term or not, but I'm going to say they coined that term because their material literally is it's entertaining. Like, you learn stuff and it's like you don't feel like you're learning stuff at the same time because it's just entertaining. It's good stuff. You learn stuff like it without feeling like it. I'm not trying to plug it just because. I use this. I actually physically, as a human being, as a person, not as a YouTuber, I use this service because I like it, because I believe in it. And I wouldn't tell you guys about it otherwise. But anyway, you guys can use the coupon code ITCQ30. You guys get 30% off your subscription. You can go check it out, do a free trial. They have some free courses up there that you guys can check out. Check that out. See if you like it. You know, that's like the least that you could do is just go check it out. So before we begin, we're gonna skip to the intro real quick. So hold tight.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, ignition, liftoff.
Alrighty. So today we're talking virtualization and the cloud, which is very exciting because that's one thing that's just growing and growing and growing and growing, and it's really not going to stop. It's just not. It's going to expand beyond belief. Cisco just put out an article the other day, yesterday I think. I've seen a few people on Twitter posting about this. One of them I'm actually going to plug in the chat because I love this guy. He's one of my favorite guys on this earth. But he was like the second person that I saw post this. But yeah, Dwan Lightfoot, he was the second person I saw post this article. I'm going to also put this in the chat. I'll put it in the description also. So basically it says, Cisco says almost all workloads will be cloud-based within 3 years. Yeah, that's insane. So basically they're saying that, you know, all servers are going to be virtualized. You'll find very little servers that are just doing one like workload, one thing. You're gonna find like a whole virtualization just enterprise, basically. That's kind of the easiest way that I'm trying to put this. But, you know, like at the hospital that I worked at, we had like 160 virtual servers, right? And that all, you know, so that all ran from basically one big box, right? That just housed all of these servers, right? Like one big, like, SAN, essentially, right? I mean, it's kind of the best way to put it, but all on vSphere, all on VMware, you know, they were all virtualized. So it's insane that that's how many virtual servers we had. And then I think we had maybe like oh, I don't know why I did that. Hold up. There you go. Oh, I don't know why it's... That's weird. Check the description. See it. Check the description, the link in the description. See if that link works. You might have to refresh the live stream to hit that link in the description. But for some reason YouTube is, I guess I can like here. Let me hootsuite this thing. I can shorten the link. Yeah, that's what I'm about to do. Anyway, so at the hospital I worked at, we had like maybe 20 physical servers that did one thing. Like they just did one thing, that's it. And then like 100 and, I don't know, whatever, 50, 60, 70 maybe virtual servers. There was a lot. There was a ton of servers. Which is great, you know. It was easy to manage. That way. You were able to do much more that way. But like this article says, you know, within the next few years, it's just gonna grow and expand like exponentially. And it's just saying, like, you know, basically everybody's workloads are increasing and the cloud is increasing, the cloud is expanding. So virtualization makes sense. It makes sense in so many environments. It's so much easier to manage, and in a lot of cases you don't necessarily have to have some servers on site for this to be cloud-based. You know, that's pretty much what the cloud is. You think just AWS, that's the Amazon Web Services, you know, that's kind of what that's all about a little bit. So it's huge right now to start thinking virtualization, to start setting your mindset in what virtualization is and what the cloud is. Today I don't really want to touch too much on the cloud because it's the cloud. It's whatever, you know. Virtualization. This is something that everybody who's watching this right now can learn on their own, that can at least get a understanding about without spending any money, without taking up a ton of time. And it's not hard. It's really not. And I'm putting together a tutorial on it. I've been recording videos the past couple days about this. And that's with this VirtualBox. It's completely free. You can download VirtualBox for free. You can download evaluation copies of Server 2016, of Windows 10. If you guys know how to get your hands on ISOs, doesn't matter what, doesn't matter how, you can virtualize it. You know, you can virtualize Linux, lots of different operating systems you can just virtualize through here. And it's easy to do. It's easy to set up. Like, I can't believe how easy this is to set up. Now, this isn't anything like, you know, vSphere or VMware in that aspect, you know, that's definitely an enterprise solution. But even that's easy to use. That's not difficult. I've used that for like the last, I don't know, 7 years or something. And once you get into it a little bit, it's really easy to figure out as far as like how everything works with it. It's very similar on how you kind of access different bits and pieces of this stuff. You know, it looks completely different, but yeah, somebody had mentioned Parallels on their Mac. That's another virtualization tool, but you can also run VirtualBox on a Mac also. That's what I use on my Mac. So I'm not gonna go forward with this part right here because I have to record that part. But what I can do is I can set up a new server. Say server live stream. Yep. And we're going to go Windows 2016 64-bit. Next. Set to 4 gigs of RAM. I'm just gonna blast through this real quick because, like I said, I have a whole video coming out about this stuff. It already has the ISO in there that I used, but basically you download the ISO. You download it from Microsoft. You can download a valuation copy from Microsoft. You have to sign up and put in your info and all that stuff. It's really easy to do. When I put out the video, it's going to walk you through it step by step. Like I said, it's super easy. I have other videos about this. They're a little bit, you know, kind of all over the place, much like this kind of will be too. But it's easy. I mean, install VirtualBox, download ISO, and now you're kind of seeing what I'm doing. This is all it takes. Like, this is literally all that it takes to start installing a virtualized server. This is really important. I downloaded the data center version of Server 2016, and making sure you have the desktop experience selected is really important. I want to do this. Let's see. Ooh, it's chugging away. Yep. So that's just absurd that Chrome is just chewing up over a gig of RAM right now. Stupid Chrome. Gotta love it though. I just want to kind of monitor like how much of my resources are being utilized while I'm installing a virtual machine and live streaming, and while I have a couple tabs open here. Let's close out of these tabs because we don't need them. All right, there we go. So you can see how easy it was to pretty much get started on an install for Server 2016. There's really not much to it. I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory in a way. Like, it's just a bunch of clicks almost. The hard part is once you get logged in, what you're going to set up after that. So back to kind of like virtualization in the cloud, just getting to be familiar with this stuff and understand it, why it's important. That's kind of what you have to look at going forward. You know, whether you're new to IT, which again, that's what this channel primarily focuses on, is people who are new to IT. But if you're also, you know, familiar with IT, you've been in IT, you guys should know already how important virtualization is. And if you don't, now's the time to start looking. But cost wise, even for a business, it makes sense. You know, servers are expensive. I mean, servers are really, really expensive for, you know, especially large business environments that need to handle, you know, big workloads and things like that. But, you know, virtualizing sometimes and being able to balance workloads, that's totally clutch. So, again, being able to virtualize, it's much easier to manage, keep an eye on things. It's much easier to monitor, depending on what monitoring tool you have. I know the monitoring tool that we had at work, they just like did an update, and we were all kind of complaining about that. So depending on what monitoring tool you have, like you can monitor stuff really easily. You can set up different, you know, different monitoring tools to monitor different services to see if they're, you know, started and going. And depending on what each server does, you can tell it to monitor a specific application to see if, you know, something's running or not. There's so much to it. There's so much involved here, I guess. And you guys will kind of, you know, see this as you're going into the field a little bit. But also at the same time, you might not if you're just going into help desk, but you'll at least understand what people are kind of talking about when they're talking about, you know, like a virtual server or a VM. If they just say VM, you know, that's kind of what they're talking about. This is taking a while. So, let me check this real quick. Hold on real quick. All right. So yeah, you can also, I think there's like an evaluation stuff of VMware. I haven't looked into it in quite some time, and I have my reasonings right now. It's nothing bad. Nothing bad at all. I love VMware. Absolutely love VMware. I just need to contact them, get a hold of them. I really want to do a trial with AirWatch with them, where I do a couple videos with AirWatch with them. So I just need to get a hold of those guys, talk to them about it. But for now, you know, VirtualBox is just a great way to get started. Really easy to, like I said, install. You can see it's going. We got everything running as far as moving forward here. But let me check the chat here and see if you guys have any questions, because I know that I kind of stopped paying attention. And I see CS Chicago. I'm assuming you're from Chicago. If so, that's what's up, because I too am from Chicago. What's up, Joe Tito? How do you think the expansion of cloud services for businesses and corporations is going to affect security professional job prospects? Edgy, are you still in the chat? I'll answer your question if you're still in the chat. What's going on, William? Good to see you here. All right, check that. So I'm not sure like who's still in the chat if you've asked a question. So now that I'm kind of paying attention in the chat, if you have a question or want to talk about something, go ahead and put it in chat, and I'll answer your question or talk to you. Southwest side of Chicago or southwest suburbs? Because, you know, everybody says they're from Chicago. Homewood, I'm from Oak Forest, so that's like literally the town I'm from, Oak Forest. So I used to hang out in Homewood all the time, like literally all the time. There's this comic shop in Homewood, which I'm pretty sure probably doesn't exist anymore. But yeah, used to be in Homewood a lot. Prerequisites of that certification. You need to just have a good general understanding of a lot of things. I don't know all of the prerequisites of it, but I'm pretty sure there's probably something out there that could tell you. But networking would be a huge one. That's probably going to be your biggest one, at least in my opinion. Just from a hacking standpoint, networking is going to be huge. Just a good understanding of security, so just security protocols and stuff on computers and things like that. That would be kind of a good, just to have a good understanding of that. But that's one certification that I haven't personally looked into too much, but I know for sure with most of the security certs, networking is a big one. Yeah, New Fiction House. I don't know if it's still Fiction House or not, but that's where I used to hang out there all the time. That was back in like early 2000s. Yeah, baby's taking a nap. What's going on, Andrew? Downstate, huh? You're originally from southwest side of Chicago. Gotcha. All right. Is there any way to convert Parallels to VMware? I'm not sure about that. It depends on what, if it's like what the, what the VM gets saved as. Like, there's different extensions for it. There's like VDI and got it. We just kind of went through that in this part. I don't know if it's going to show what extensions there are in here. Probably not. I'd probably have to try to set up a new one. But it depends on the extensions. You'd probably have to look into that. There might be a way to convert it and put it in there. Extensions. Nope. Oh, let's see. Yeah, no. I'm just trying to see what other, like, what other virtual, like, VM extensions there are. Because I know there's a few. So it depends on, like, what Parallels saves its virtual machines as, like, what file type. There could be, but I don't know. I'd start over at that point. Yeah, definitely need Linux to learn AWS. Yeah, that's I didn't really touch on the AWS stuff very much, but last night I went out and I recorded, oh gosh, like 3 or 4 videos, and I recorded like 17 videos for Instagram. It was insane. I was recording videos for so long last night, and I have like a studio set up in my garage, right? Like and you guys, if you've watched any of my other videos where I have like the light in the background, the big fancy light that changes colors and stuff, like that's in my garage, and my garage isn't heated, and I live in Illinois, and right now it is cold as balls. Like seriously, it's colder than hell. And I was freezing. Like I probably was freezing like most of the night. Like I went to bed freezing. I didn't come back inside until like 11:30. I was out there for like 2 hours just freezing. And I have like a little heater out there, and it was just terrible. It was not a fun experience. But that's what I got to do, just to make videos and make them look good, because doing live streams right here and pretty much my dining room, like that's fine. I had to set up this little shop in my dining room because this is where like everybody hangs out, and this is where the baby's at all the time. So it made sense to kind of set up a little shop here in the dining room and be where the baby will be. So that way I can keep an eye on him and work at the same time. So that's important. But yeah, now I lost kind of train of thought. I got so much going on today. So I don't know. Most of you guys know. Some of you guys might not know. I don't know. I do photography too. What's that? Photography. Love photography, right? I gotta have to go shoot at a dance studio today. So a bunch of kids that do dance. So it's a bunch of girls. There's a couple boys that do dance too, which is cool. Whatever. But I have to go shoot a bunch of dance kids today and deal with dance moms. For the next 3 days, I have to do this. So I'm gonna be super busy. I have to be there at like 2:30 until probably like 8 o'clock tonight, and then the same thing tomorrow and the day after. It's gonna be freaking terrible. I'm not looking forward to that. Anyway, I'm hoping this freaking VM finishes installing. It's taking a long time. It's probably because I have so much going on. It usually doesn't take that long. So sick. Working this night will be hard. Yeah, that blows. I hate being sick. If you move Windows Virtual Machine to new PC, you need new Windows key. Not for a VM, I don't think. VM, you should be fine. It's just a VM. Dance moms, good luck. Yeah, I know. I'm doing the pictures too, so I have to like deal with them if like their pictures don't turn out right. That's no fun. Hopefully they turn out fine, but whatever. We'll be all right. We will be all right. So back with oh, here, I want to answer this one. Yeah, can you put Windows 10 on a USB for free? Yeah, there's actually a tool that Microsoft offers, Windows 10 on USB. I think they offer like a download or something. They offer some kind of tool. I can't remember. Yeah, it's on this page right here. And you still have to have like a key or whatever. But I don't know if that link's gonna work. It's probably not gonna work. Let me open up this real quick. Let me get this link here. There we go. There's the link. You can download that tool now, and then it'll let you install Windows 10 on flash drive, and that dude just drives me nuts. Kind of over it. You can install Windows 10 on a flash drive, and then you can boot from there, install Windows 10, piece of cake. That's what I usually do, and installs super quick, super easy to do. This is where video editing comes in hand. Yeah, that's fine. That's no big deal. I'm not going to download the video and edit it. It's fine. He usually does that crap. Oh, you're talking about for this? Yeah. Well, I actually started doing a whole series for this. So for the live stream, there's nothing I can do about it. But I have started the video for it. I think, let's see. You could probably pull that up. That's gonna be how do you get a license key? You buy one. You purchase one. That's how. Uh-oh. So yeah, here's me running through the whole thing. I don't know why. Oh, there we go. See, this is a video where I talk about installing VirtualBox. It's great. Could go through the whole thing. It's quick. It's easy. We'll speed it up. I'll cut through it, edit it. It'll be done. But I have to finish the rest of it also. And then there's another part to it. But yeah, license key for Windows 10 or any Windows now, you're gonna have to buy one. I mean, I suppose there's other ways, but I wouldn't know how you go about getting a license key nowadays. It's not what I do, nor is it recommended. So just buy one. If you're a student or you know somebody's a student, you can get them fairly cheap. So I don't think they're that much. I think they're like $100 or something now. But anyway, here's yeah, running through the install for VirtualBox. And then oh, I think I just cut. I was just gonna let it go, and then here's that 7% or something. I was just gonna cut it and then pick back where it left off. So see, I'm right on top of it. CS Chicago, or Chris from Chicago. Yeah, sale, I'm not sure. I hate doing the upgrades. And I don't work on customer computers anymore, period, for reasons just like that. It's stupid. I've always been like just a hater of doing upgrades. Like anytime there was a new operating system that was out and I was doing consulting work, especially like in-house calls for residential customers, I hated when they had like the new Windows disk and they were like, will you please upgrade my Windows? And I'm like, well, I'm not going to do an upgrade. Like I will back up all of your data and I will install Windows, like I'll wipe your drive and install Windows. And like they would throw like the biggest fit because they're like, well, I got to redo everything. I'm like, yeah, but you don't understand. Like it's going to just be a pile of crap if I do an upgrade. And even now, like I feel like people that I've talked to that have done upgrades, they run into the same thing. Like it just runs like a pile of crap. That's just Microsoft and Windows for you. Just never do an upgrade. Never upgrade an OS, like old OS to a new OS. Just do a fresh install, always, 24/7. Yeah, I'm not sure why it would. Some ask for the keys and some don't. I bet you there's a Google article out there that would tell you exactly why that happens. But unfortunately, I haven't worked on a residential computer in like 6 years. So couldn't tell you if I even came across somebody. If somebody asks me, like, I'm just like, nope, I don't do that all the time, and I get asked that constantly, like constantly. Hey, can you work on my computer? Can you do this? I'm having this issue. No, absolutely not. It is so much of a headache nowadays. I just refuse. Just absolutely refuse. And if like they keep begging and begging and begging, I quote them so much money that they just say, never mind, I'll buy a new computer. Okay. It's not worth it. It's not worth it to me. It's not worth it to them. Perfect. Like, oh, you want me to fix your computer? All right. It'll be like $100 an hour, $150 an hour. Well, how long is it going to take you? I'll probably have to work on it for at least, like, 5 hours. And that's true. Sometimes you have to work on that stuff for a long time. And that's what sucks. Especially if you have to back up their data. Like, I'm going to include that time in there. You better believe it. So see how quick and easy and simple it was to get Server 2016 installed? It's just a piece of cake. You couldn't ask for an easier way to install Server 2016. And they're virtualizing it from my already, running computer. And I'm only eating up about half the resources, and it's freaking Chrome that's abusing everything. Chrome is such a jerk. Yeah, when you update Windows, it does take forever. That too. That's the other bad thing. Like, oh, you reinstall Windows and now you have to wait like 3 hours to install updates. It's friggin' fantastic. Thanks a lot. All right, if you look at that, booted right into, not booted right into, I put in my password, but now we're right into Server 2016. So it's easy. Look at that. So here you see we have our oh yeah, sure, why not, data center evaluation. 180 days we got with this bad boy. So perfect. 180 days means I can screw this thing up in 179 days. That's awesome. I am so happy that in Server 2016 they brought back the start menu. Just like in Windows 10 they brought back the start menu. Best decision ever. Because like in Server 2012 is the worst ever. I freaking hate Server 2012. Anytime I have to jump on a Server 2012 box, I just want to shoot myself in the foot. Every freaking time. It drives me insane. Just absolutely freaking insane. I mean, I can navigate around it just fine, but still, it's just the stupidest freaking thing ever. It's like, oh, do you want me to just, attach a touchscreen to this freaking Server 2012 box? It's stupid. I don't know what Microsoft was thinking. I don't know what they're thinking half the time anyway. Anyway, Server 2016. Yeah, it's installed. It's ready to go. You know, we could start adding roles and features to this thing. This is not going to be my domain controller because this server right here is going to be my domain controller, and that's going to be part of the actual video series that I start putting out. So for this server, I didn't even think, as I was installing this, I didn't even think about like what am I going to do with this server. So now I have to kind of think about that. You know, this server isn't even finished. Again, because I have to finish recording the video for it and set it up as a domain controller. So we gotta set up domain controller. It's set up Active Directory. So we'll see what we set up this server as. I'll have to think about that. So that'll probably be in a different live stream where we talk about this. We'll talk about different things that we can do with that. I don't know. Now I gotta think. I don't want to think. What am I doing with the server? Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing with the server yet. So this server right here that's powered off right now, I'll turn it on real quick. We'll see if I blue screen or something. That CPU 72, 76. Oh man. I just want to get it up to like 100%. So this server 2016 right here, I kind of showed you guys. I'll pull this up again. I'm recording like an actual real video for this, where I'm walking you guys through installing VirtualBox, installing server, setting it up as a domain controller, setting up Active Directory, all that fun stuff. So whatever. For this, yeah, see, walking you all through it. Anyway, for this server, it's going to be our domain controller, or DC. For this server that I just set up, I don't know what it's going to be yet. I didn't even think about it when I was setting it up. I was just kind of showing you guys VirtualBox and how easy it is to install a VM, because we were talking about virtualization today. So, yeah, I don't know. Let me close out of that. For this one, man, I don't know. We'll think about it. We'll think about what we can do with it. Blah. Alright, let me see here. Alright, trying to become Windows Server admin but finding it hard to get hired without previous work experience. Will just getting your MCSE server admin help? Any suggestions? Oh man, I'm going to come back to that question. Yeah. Okay, yeah. CS Chicago pretty much answered that question for me. Definitely not going to get an admin role in any way without experience. I mean, that's just facts right there. It is so incredibly hard to get in any type of admin role without experience. I mean, I've seen it happen, and people will tell you that yes, it happens, and it's by like just pure luck, and it's probably like some businesses that are just desperate or really small. You know, I've seen that like some kid graduates college, has a degree, and then starts working for like, you know, a mom and pop shop, and he gets called like a sysadmin, and then he works there for like 5 years as a sysadmin, right? That's his title. And then he can go work somewhere else as a sysadmin because he worked somewhere as a sysadmin. It's kind of silly, but it happens. So there's that. What's going on, Lee Milla from Jamaica? You wish Windows could borrow from Linux and run updates in the background. Yeah, they typically do sometimes, if you're lucky. Besides, you know, those ones that just make you shut your computer off forever. And not shut it off, but when you're doing a reboot, it's like, oh, installing update 7 of 142. Please wait. Don't turn off your computer. That's the worst. So anyway, here's some different roles and stuff that we could add to the server, if we so choose. There's more stuff that I think we could do. Like, I know I need to set up the domain controller so that I can start setting up Active Directory, because I really want to. I love Active Directory. I don't know why. Like, Active Directory is just so much fun to me. Just structuring stuff. It makes me happy. It really does. It's such a stupid thing, I guess. But Active Directory always makes me really happy. So we'll talk about that hopefully soon once I get all that up and running. Then we can do that in live streams more. And then group policy. But right now I can't really do anything because I don't have a freaking domain controller. I'm really annoyed about that. So I don't know. We'll just leave it for now. We'll just leave it. We can name it maybe. What should we name the server? All right, it's up to you guys what we name the server. Whoever's in the live stream right now, it's up to you guys. There's, I don't know, 15 people watching, so you guys get to pick what we name the server, and then we need to theme it. So think about that before you tell me a name, because there needs to be a theme. And why does there need to be a theme? It just does. No, it's really good to theme your environment. It makes it really easy to remember things. Man, I put you in timeout, bro. Now you're back. Oh, God. You would come back and just start talking right away, man. Purple server? Why purple server? I'm gonna name all my servers colors. It's gonna be like a rainbow. Is the domain gonna be rainbow? And then all the servers are gonna be colors? And I can't really do that because there's only, like, you know, a certain number of colors to a rainbow. I might have more servers than that. Oh, we'll see. I don't know if I want to name my domain Rainbow. I mean, I could. Rainbow.local. I mean, we could do that. And we could have purple and blue and pink and yellow and green and white and black. No other suggestions for server names? Come on, people. The last time I did this, I started theming the server based around Game of Thrones. And then I think the time before that, I themed the servers around World of Warcraft. So that tells you anything. There's that. There's ideas for you. Nothing? Man, I guess Roxanne, I'm gonna have to go with that. Stranger Things? That would be cool. I could do Stranger Things. And I don't know what the League of Shadows is. Any tips for obtaining a help desk job with no experience and not liking people? Well, you definitely got to like people, for sure. Name the domain controller Don Pizzette. That would be pretty cool. Just name all the servers after IT Pro TV people. That would be pretty funny. I'd have to name the DC like. So if I did, I have to. Okay, so we'd name the domain IT Pro .local, and then all the servers names of IT Pro TV hosts. That would be funny. That would be really funny. I actually kind of like that. Oh man. All right. Anyway, tips for obtaining a help desk job with no experience, not liking people. Yeah, you gotta like people, man. Especially help desk. That's like all customer service right there. It's like 95% customer service. So you gotta be on that game right there, sir. What experience do you have in life right now? Do you have any experience in anything IT related? Do you have any certifications, anything like that? Star Wars. I don't want to do Star Wars. League of Assassins. I don't know what League of Assassins is either. I'm not a huge gamer. Like the only game that I played religiously for way too long was World of Warcraft. In the last, like, you know, 15, probably 20 years actually. In the last, yeah, 20 years. I'm looking at the date. If I were to go back in time, it's 2018. Well, the last game I really played like religiously that could tell you anything about is World of Warcraft. And like any Mario game, because I freaking love Mario. Mario's the stuff. Mario's the bee's knees. But Roxanne, I love the Stranger Things idea, but I also like the idea of naming the servers after IT Pro TV hosts, because that would be really funny. Might have to do that. We'll see. I'm still open to suggestions. But since I can't really do anything with this server, I'm going to shut it down. And associate's degree, network admin, warehousing experience. Yeah, you should. I mean, you should be able to get a help desk job. You should be all right. You're just gonna go have to put on like a fake smile in your interview and fake being nice. Fake it till you make it. That's one of the best things I can tell you. Fake it till you make it. All right. So if there's like nobody that has any more questions or anything like that, I would probably finish up this live stream. If you guys have any questions about anything we talked about today, virtualization and the cloud, or what Cisco says about their massive growth in virtualization, which will be quite huge, let me know, and we will kind of finish this out. We'll talk about this real quick. Let me get this pulled up. All right. So here's IT Pro TV. I'm logged in right now, and you can see free courses that like anybody can go on and take, peek at, just get a feel for, you know, IT fundamentals, MTA, Windows operating systems, MTA security fundamentals. Those are just, you know, like I said, the free stuff that you guys can kind of take a look at, see if you like it. I, again, highly recommend these guys and girls. Getting started with IT Pro TV. Here's Apple certifications, Amazon certs. There's the AWS cert, Cisco certifications. I mean, they have courses for like freaking everything, almost. Feels like everything. CompTIA certs, and they update this stuff constantly. So if there's like a new certification coming out, they're pretty much on top of it, you know, almost like right as it's coming out. I mean, they're recording new stuff for these certs, you know, all the time, and they're like always live, doing like a live stream. You can pretty much look on Facebook and see when they're live streaming, recording new stuff. Here's the ISACA stuff. This is all security stuff right there. More security stuff. Here's Microsoft certs, MTA, MCSA, MCSE, SQL, Exchange, Office. It's just crazy. Here's VMware. We talked about virtualization. Here's some VMware certs. Technical skills, Active Directory, and Azure. I always like to screw that one up. That's my bad. But yeah, technical skills. This one's kind of cool because they have just a lot of different things. Here's Bash and scripting. People always kind of ask about Bash, but here's also, you know, Linux, Citrix, Cloud fundamentals. I think there's another one in here I wanted to talk about too. Linux for beginners. So if you guys don't know anything about Linux, that's a perfect one. Linux security techniques, that's perfect. Microsoft Hyper-V, there's more virtualization right there. Pen testing tools for all of you guys who always ask about, you know, hacking and all that fun stuff. PowerShell for beginners, PowerShell scripting. Python programming, I'm going to be taking that one for sure. Man, see, the list just goes on and on. They have so much material, it just gets out of hand. Operations project management, here's a bunch of the ITIL stuff, and then God, it goes on and on and on and on. BizPro, my goodness, this is just stuff that helps you guys in the business standpoint. Development stuff, HTML5, C++, Git, JavaScript, PHP, React. I mean, it just goes on and on and on and on. Here's a bunch of Office stuff. I mean, I could just go on all freaking day, I guess. But I won't. So just go check out IT Pro TV. Again, I could not recommend these guys any more than I already do. I feel like I tell you guys about them all the time. But that's all I got for you guys today. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, you guys know where to find me. You know, send me a message on the YouTubes, send me a message on Facebook, send me an email, hit me up on Twitter. And until next time, which will be tomorrow, take it easy, stay tuned for more, and thank you for watching.